going on, guys? It's Cimoooooooo. So today, we're going to be cracking open a box of the new Yu-Gi-Oh set, Flames of Destruction. Now, I know I tell you guys all the time that you should purchase singles because it's the most cost-effective way to play Yu-Gi-Oh, help save you money and get you the cards that you want, but I do this for a couple reasons. First off, you guys love when I do box openings, not only to see the product, but also to hear my input from a competitive standpoint, but also because I like supporting my local game store, and when I decide to travel down there to actually play in person, I want to make sure they still have the lights on. So, that's why we're doing this, and I really hope you guys enjoy. So, without further adu, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, Flames of Destruction actually has quite a pretty good selection of secret rares, I would say, in terms of the chase cards. You know, we've had sets before, you know, like Circuit Break, for instance, that Circuit Break only really had two good secret rares. I mean, you had stuff like Evenly Matched and then Borolo Dragon, whereas, you know, recent sets, I guess more recent sets, like Extreme Force and stuff, the secret rares have actually been pretty good. And yeah, there's a couple dud secret rares in here, but I'm pretty much that's the case with almost every box. But the ones I'm hoping for, we're hoping to get that Infinite Impermanence, maybe some of the Troy Mares, or, you know, realistically, even the Ghost Girl will be pretty decent as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Pack number 1. Let's see. So, just going to go straight to the holo cards here, and starting off with an Element Saber Lapolia? I'm going to butcher probably some of these Elemental Saber names, but that's okay. The Elemental Saber deck, you know, it's all right. Like, the biggest issue I have with Element Sabers is that the deck is, like, way too control-oriented, in my opinion. That, you know, you have the field spell, but I feel like the deck just lives or dies by the field spell. And, well, the artwork is just phenomenal. I just really don't think that it's a big deal. This was actually a card that was pretty hyped because Underclock Taker wasn't out in the OCG, and so they got this first because it was a Link 2 that pointed down, but we actually got Underclock Taker first. So this is actually something that was pretty neat to see in here too. Called by the Grave as a common now for anyone who didn't get their supers out of the Extreme Force Special Edition, so that's pretty nice. For first ultra rare, Element Saber Makani. Again, gorgeous artwork on these cards, but it's just unfortunate that I don't think the archetype is really as good as a lot of people are making it up to be. And then, so pretty much just some more commons there. Now, moving on to the next pack. In terms of the ultra rares, if I could get something like a Multi-Faker or something like that, I think that would be pretty good. Rainbow Refraction, oh my god, don't even get me started on these cards. You know, we realistically should have gotten more cards from the Link Vrains pack instead of these Crystal Beast cards that are just so outdated now by comparison that it's really unfortunate. I mean, for anyone who plays Crystal Beast and, you know, you like the cards, that's totally fine, but, you know, they could have put those in, like, Battles of Legend or another set like that. You know, I feel like putting them in a main set. Restoration of the Monarchs, this card's pretty cool. Premature Burial for Monarchs, that gets me excited. Another Element Saber, Lapuli Mana. Again, I'm gonna butcher probably all the Element Saber names, so apologies in advance. All right, no secret rare yet, so this is looking pretty good. Usually we get 2 secret rares out of a box. Again, hoping for that Infinite Impermanence. World Legacy Sorrow, this card's actually pretty good too. And then we got a Trickstar as our rare. Not too bad overall. Still digging for that secret though. Oh man, the hype builds. That's actually good though, because the later in the video it is, the better. Alright, that's another common. Alright, so our first secret rare is Vampire Sucker. This is arguably, I'd say, one of the worst secret rares in the set, but the only reason I say that is because it's specific to a specific type of deck, realistically, because it has to be zombies. This card is actually really good in terms of its effect. Like, it's card of safe return, you know, every single turn, including your opponent's, if you can actually manage to trigger it. So, while the effect is really good, I think the biggest issue that the card suffers from is the fact that, you know, you need 2 zombie monsters, and while for some decks that's not too difficult, I mean, I could see 60-card Lightsworn maybe teching in 1 just because they can, but realistically, it's just not the best card overall. Another Called by the Grave. And we got the new Elemental Lord. Man, it's so weird seeing the Elemental Lord in super rare. But we also got Sekka's Light. So Sekka's Light is one of these cards that you can actually build an entire deck around because it's Pot of Greed. You just can't basically have any spells or traps. You know, you can play spells or traps, but realistically you're just going to play a deck that plays none. So something like Mermaid or Burning Abyss could actually make use of that card, and I'm curious to see if anyone tries to mess around with that. So our second ultra rare, Elemental Training. Again, really cool artwork. I think this is one of the better cards of the Element Sabers. And we got an FA Dark Dragster. Shoutouts to DZ for there. Alright, so 4 packs left on this side. We're going to start speeding along a little bit here, because we're probably going to start, you know, we're going to be getting to the duplicate category here pretty soon. Nightmare Cerberus, nice super rare. That's a very, very good card. Generic Link 2 that destroys a special summon monster in the main monster zone. I mean, just for discarding a card, what more could you realistically want out of a card? The fact that there's just generic Link 2 monster removal like that is crazy. I think it has to be special summon, but even then, like, that doesn't even matter that much. Goki Master Ogre and a Trickstar Bouquet. Alright, so almost done with the first half here. Still looking for that impermanence, that's what we want. Degrade Buster and a World Legacy Struggle. Probably gonna have our other secret rare on the second half of the box, because typically that's where they reside, but sometimes not. We'll have to see. Man, Fresh Sistart. Again, that was from the Link Vrains pack, but unfortunate. Element Saber, Nalu, Revendred Executor. Man, I swear, I need to do a whole video about Vendreds, because the fate that that deck has had has just been so unfortunate. That deck had, I think, so much potential, but at the same time, it was also flawed from the start for one big reason. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that video, I'll definitely go ahead and discuss that. Got another Master Ogre. Ooh, we got a Nightmare Mermaid. That's actually a very important card, because if the Nightmares start becoming very popular and Iblis starts running around, you need to be really careful, because Iblis can actually just completely destroy you if you don't have any way to link summon with your deck. So running a copy of Mermaid might actually be just something players start doing, just so they have a way to quickly out Iblis and be able to actually play the game. Because as long as Iblis face up, all you can do is link summon, and you know, if that's their only means of special summoning and you can't do it, that's just going to be a bad time for you. Hey, there we go, Red Reboot. Probably the best super rare in the entire set. Honestly, my favorite card in this entire set, 100%. This card is just phenomenal. You are going to start seeing that in side decks everywhere. The card is that good, trust me. All right, so moving right along here, another Nightmare Cerberus, getting those duplicate super rares now. And moving on to the next pack, I'd also like to see a Nightmare Goblin as one of the ultra rares. I think that would be pretty nice. Another Madolche, and Iron Dragon Teamaton is an ultra rare. I actually didn't pick any of these up from my sneak peek, so I'm really happy that I did. This is another one of those cards you're definitely going to want to look out for, because that card has the potential, especially like with Column's importance now with Mech Knights and stuff, Teamaton has the potential to just be an absolute blowout card. So keep your eye out for that. I think some people might try to experiment side decking with it, but we'll just have to see. Alright, so going again, another Degrade Buster and a Backup Operator. Nothing else there. All right, so we got 6 packs left. Still looking for... Oh, that's weird. This one's upside down. That's odd. Oh, that's really weird. Okay, so... All right, another Elemental Lord and a Vendred Anima. And then the other half, the cards are just upside down. Man, Solar Battery Man's artwork. Isn't that sick? All right, so 5 packs left. If we can get a Nightmare Goblin as an ultra, and if we could also get a impermanence, I think we'd be pretty set. Hey, there's our last secret rare. So Topologic Truspania. I guess we could get a third one, but it's very unlikely. This card is incredible. I mean, a lot of people aren't talking about it too much because, you know, you do have to commit some resources into it and maybe a little bit specific. However, just basically the ability to just banish your entire opponent's back row and then inflict damage to them. Like, back row decks are just going to cry at something like that. Another backwards pack. That's really weird. So Wind Up Zen Maintenance. This is actually a really decent card for what it is. So I think that's pretty cool. And we just have some more upside down cards. You know, maybe if there's upside down cards, maybe we're going to get like, you know, a special 3 secret box or something. Who knows? But typically you're only supposed to get 2. More upside down cards. Trickstar Road, what is that? Rododi? Again, I'm probably mispronouncing them, so apologies if I am. But, oh, that was weird. So that one had an upside down card and then another upside down card. That was really odd. I still think we should get 1 more Ultra in this box. I think we've had 3 so far. We've had 2 or 3. Another Called by the Grave, pretty nice. And Elements Saber Nalu. And we've got a Goki's Face Turn. And this is it. So this should be an Ultra Rare, I believe. We'll just have to see. Last pack. What are we going to get? Alright, so... Wow, so no Ultra Rare. Okay, so I think we only got 3 Ultras total. I'll have to check after the fact. Another Executor as well. But overall, you know, it wasn't the best box. I mean, Trisbania and Vampire Sucker, you know, aren't the most precious secret rares. But again, this is why I tell you guys that just buy the single cards that you want, because you're going to ultimately end up with what you want, and you're going to be spending far less money. But if you want to crack open a box, that's perfectly fine too. I don't want to tell you how to spend your money. I just want to help you guys out as best I can. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always, subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content, and if you found this video entertaining, consider backing me on Patreon, because just by pledging only $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.